This historic stadium, home to the Iron Horse and the Great Dane, to Wilson and Alvarez. Camp Randall Stadium in Madtown, home to the Wisconsin Badgers. And the Nittany Lions will kick it away first. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Badgers offense will get the first crack at it here. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football. And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls, you play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways, but this guy is very dangerous. Pulls it in, it's Anthony. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. To the ground with the back. And they'll knock him down. Kept it on the ground on first down. Let's see what they do on second. Strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. To the ground to try to pick up the first. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football. Slips through the line. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. The Nittany Lions offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner. Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. And I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. If you want to shut this crowd up early, you don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. He'll pull it down. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Nittany Lions will line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm, and that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Loss of 4. Third down coming up.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. To throw, it's Van Dyke. Looking down the middle. Got his man. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. And the Badgers come to the line in the hurry-up. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The quick out. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The Badgers have this offense rolling. He'll come out throwing on first down. They're trying to get to him. Got it on the outside. It's Green. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. A manageable distance on 3rd down as they try to convert from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Man, that's just kind of frustrating for an offense. You move the ball all the way down the field. You got an opportunity on 3rd down, and you can't protect your quarterback. You get the sack, and now it's probably field goal time if you make a field goal.
Between the uprights, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. At the 35, he's open. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They want to run it left here. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They've got him looking to run, but they're going to throw it. Now sliding to his left. Got it behind the line. It's Allen. And they're able to get him on the ground. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yards.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Nittany Lions will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just...
And the pass is intercepted. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
Looking for space. It's Singleton. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. The run from the shotgun. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Back to throw, it's Van Dyke. He's got him in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Badgers will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He's got great speed. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And there is little more difficult to defend than pressure right up the middle, and the big nose tackle brings it there.
And he starts right on the football. A lot of time he gets double teamed, right? Because he's right there, and you got the guards next to him, but the big fella just uses his power.
And he makes the catch inside the 20. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll go to the ground. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it, first and goal.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been third down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
Back to throw, it's Aller. Coming after him. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State! He didn't see anyone open. Said, no problem. I'll take care of it myself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Been there, done that. Not my first rodeo. I've been in this kind of situation. Down by the goal line, I'm getting outside, and I'm taking it in myself.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his big tight end. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last one.
Looking to move it through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Badgers racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wide out in motion. They'll leave it with him. Bulls his way forward. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Scanning the field, it's Van Dyke. They're bringing heat. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. And he's already put 1 3 spot on the board. He'll try another one from 25 yards out. It is true as he puts 3 on the board.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Guys, it's been an entertaining first half, and not a lot of time left to put some more points on the board.
No, but you got this possession right here to maybe go into the half tied up. So good first half, but a great way, Jesse, to end this first half.
Yeah, you'd love to take that momentum into the second half. And listen, this offense practices 2-minute every single week for this exact situation. They'd love to be able to go generate a few more points before taking it into the locker room.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
It's 2nd down.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Hubs it downfield. Ball in the air, intercepted. Taking it the other way. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that ball.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. The sure hands, it's Pauling. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And the Badgers look to do some damage in the red zone. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. And very important not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. That one could have helped out a bit there, guys, but still an 8-point game. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this drive.
Now it's a 1st down from the 43-yard line. He's looking to throw it, trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
The defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Dropping back, it's Aller. Getting some heat. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's going to fire to the left. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And they'll mark this one at the 15-yard line. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a terrific atmosphere there in Madison.
The Badgers will kick it away to start the 2nd half. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They start this 3rd quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
The Nittany Lions get enough for the 1st down.
Well, it's an offense that prides themselves on being physical. No mystery there. You need 1 yard, turn around, hand it off, let him go to work.
They're getting this guy lathered up. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Looking to throw, it's Aller. Great style points on that catch, but they didn't pick up any yardage. decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, but just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They go to the ground. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And with the extra point, they move on top by 15. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Number 95, set to kick it off.
Looking for blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. And the Badgers in the hurry-up. It's a draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Looking to throw, it's Allard. Makes the grab. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got a man, it's Evans. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Pressure coming. Feeling some heat. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. He's going to fire deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Wisconsin! The defense with the huge momentum swing, taking it all the way in.
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football, looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They're trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They want to run this quarterback. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw in that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it and try to get his offense some positive yards.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Here they come on second down, trying to put this game away. The give to the back. The Nittany Lions have a first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Grab behind the line. It's Singleton. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
A great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
And I think this is where coaches really earn their money late in games, right? It's in the fourth quarter. You got the lead. Do you want to stay conservative and run the football? Because I see the defenses, they start to get aggressive. And so sometimes you can take the other hand and take advantage of it.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got their lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Keeps it on the bootleg. Might be looking to run. He's going to take off. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
You've got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the fourth quarter and it's a one-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
Quick release by the QB. And the defense coming with bad intent. Down for a loss.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackled.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Dropping back, it's Aller. Tight end finds a soft spot. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form team.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Touch pass on the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by... stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Navy is just getting blown off the field today. It's like they haven't even been competitive. How'd you like to be the network censor on the coaches show this week? They're trailing by 18 to Notre Dame. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. He's going to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Got his man in the middle. Tackled immediately after the catch. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Looking downfield, it's Van Dyke. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline.
Now, I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
He wants to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Green. Knowing that your man can make the catch against his defender, that wasn't a big play, but it can set you up down the line to be able to take advantage.
Yes, get it to him as fast as I can. When I see him open, he runs the little hitch, get it to him so he can make a little bit of yards after the catch, and eventually that little gain, he's going to bust one of those with his athletic ability.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the middle. Got it! And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the change. Offense up tempo. And they'll spread receivers all over the field. 5 wide on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. And he was shooting for the end zone there, and they couldn't make the completion. And they'll come to the line trying to take a slice out of this lead on 3rd and goal.
It's tough to throw the ball down here in the red zone, man. These windows.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll set up to throw. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Defense has him pinned back, and listen to this crowd roar. The give to the single back. And he works his way forward and finally down at the 15. Defense gets the timeout call. 20 seconds left on the clock.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football